Damn, son, this beat is lit.
Another Major League Entertainment production.
Damn, son. Damn, son. Damn, son.
Wake up world.
Yes, sir.
And you are now tuned in to another episode of the BKL Sessions. I'm your host, Eric Magnus, once again with the magnanimous Ronnie B.
Yes, sir. What's up, world? What's going on?
Another week, man.
Another week going by, too, man. It was a long week. So, all the hard-working people this week, I know the week was real rough for y'all, because it was definitely rough for me. It was a long work week. So, if we done made it through, and some of y'all off today, salute to y'all that's off today, because I'm off today, too. And some of y'all that's at work, hopefully y'all be able to get a chance to relax a little bit later on today, or enjoy the rest of the day, or don't work too hard, because some of y'all work in doubles too. So people got two jobs nowadays trying to make it in this economy.
Yeah,
so
man. This economy crazy.
Oh, this economy crazy, man.
This economy is nuts.
Oh, it's nuts, man.
It's like, man, how do you be like, man, how do I survive in all of this?
Yeah.
Like, how do you know what I'm saying? It's hard for working people.
Yeah.
It's hard for
Definitely.
entrepreneurs. It's hard all the way around.
It is. It really is. And especially when you got family. That makes it so hard, and there's so much pressure on the heads of the household to maintain.
Yeah.
Because stuff steady going up, but your paycheck don't.
Right.
Food steady going up, but your paycheck's still the same. Gas is going up, but your paycheck's still the same.
Right.
So, all the necessities, there's lights and all the stuff like that. And your check is still in the same position it was in. So
yeah, man.
It's rough, man. It's and it makes you mad, and it makes you have these irritating days, and some days you just not in a good mood at all, as far as life or the economy itself, so
it wears on the whole family.
It does.
It wears on the marriage. It
Yeah,
wears on everything.
That right there,
all
yeah.
things,
It wears, and it wears and tears. There's a lot of things that can wear and tear. That's why I tell people you have to be extra solid. You got to be solid, because when things is not solid, then it's gonna fall apart. It's like building a building on top of swampland. The building is gonna fall. It's not gonna be firm. It's not gonna stand straight up. It's not gonna be solid. So
trying to have a solid foundation.
Yeah, you got
trying to have a solid foundation. And,
And that's a hard thing, because things are hard, and people going through stuff, and they trying not to take it out on each other. Yeah. But sometimes you do, because you are human. And a lot of people right now are hurting, because last year the COVID put everybody in the house. Yeah. So people who was used to being outside the house, now they're with each other inside the house, and if they the type that like to go out or need separation, they couldn't get that.
Yeah.
And that put a lot of strain on a lot of stuff too. So when they did lift the ban or whatever, and people started to go out and stuff, it sent the world into a tailspin, because people didn't use safety precautions. They was just so happy to be out the house. They was just throwing caution to the wind, like, I'll be all right. I just want to be out and about and see people and mingle and interact.
Yeah, because we haven't done it in a while.
We haven't done it in a while. You started feeling like a lost nation.
Because all those, miss all those things, and being around each other,
and the big gatherings with the family and holidays and stuff like that. And people say, well, you can't have the big gathering because I can't have that many people in my house, or my house is small, so everybody gonna be on top of each other, and I don't want that. It was a big change for everybody.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, let's flip it around. It also showed what your relationships was made of, what your family
is made
of.
Because
now you see really, the true colors of people. If people really did care, because this forced us to check on each other.
Yeah.
You know, and that's something we don't always do. And it's not always a selfish thing. It's just sometimes you get caught up in the hustle and bustle of everyday life. And you consumed with it because you're trying to do what you can to maintain.
And you don't mean
Yeah,
you don't mean to not
Yeah.
contact
Yeah.
people and things like that. But life gets in the way.
It gets in the way.
Life gets in the way.
It gets in the way so much, and people just have to understand that it's going to be hard, and especially when it comes to that family. Know who family is. I can't stress that enough. And family is not always the person that is blood related. Let me say that, because it's not always your blood. Me and him is family.
Yeah, this is family
all day.
That's my brother.
Definitely. And it's no DNA attachments and all that stuff, but we brothers, and that's real important, especially in this time of camaraderie, because that's something that we missing, especially as men and women too. But us as men, we're supposed to set the tone. And we as men, if we not together, then we can't protect the queens and the children.
Right.
The queens and the princesses or our princes, stuff like that. So if we not together, we don't provide that foundation that they need from us. Yeah. And they, and youngsters need to see, us as men, interacting, showing love, no jealousy, no envy, talking to each other the right way with respect. I want to say that because a lot of us talk,
but not with respect.
With respect, know what to say to a man, and know when to give a man his space and to give a man his respect that he deserves. Some people feel they're entitled. You're not entitled. Respect is earned, not given. And if you want the respect, let me add something else. If you want the respect, give them something to respect.
Yeah. That's the main thing. You know what I'm saying? Man, it's so many, you know what I'm saying? And for us older gentlemen too. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We want these younger cats to respect us. Yeah. But how can we have them respect us if we don't give them something to respect? Like, man, I know some dudes older than me, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But they don't have their shit together. No, they don't have their shit together, and they're no further than I am. Right. But you want to be sticking your chest out, talking about something. Oh, you better respect me. You need to respect.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
No, I don't.
No, I don't.
I was the man back in the '60s. Well, we in the 2000s.
If you was the man, you was the man back in the '60s. I wasn't even born yet.
Right, I wasn't born yet either. So I don't know what you did. You be lying to me, so I'm making up stories. So.
I didn't get here to 10, 11. I didn't get here till the 70s. Right. So I don't know about what you did in this. I don't know about what you did in the 60s.
I don't know what you did in the 60s.
So and that's the same thing. And like with what these younger cats, I'd never be like, man, I was that dude. I was that dude back in 1990. They gonna be like, dude, I wasn't even born yet.
I don't know.
I don't care about that.
I don't even know.
They're gonna tell me. They're gonna tell me, hey man, this is 2021.
Right.
Right. And so it's like you got to give them something to respect. You got to.
And reinvent yourself.
Yeah.
Grow.
Yeah.
It don't have to be the same thing. Some people still trying to be what they was back then. I'm a pimp then, I'm gonna be a pimp. No, that doesn't work. I was gangster back then. No, that doesn't work.
I am not, you know what I'm saying, man. Man, you know what I'm saying? I was a G in my heyday, man, but I'm not, I'm about to be 50. I'm not about to be running around talking about something. I'm a G and I'm about 50 years old. I'm on some other shit, man.
Right. And we already, the real people know who's that. They know who the OGs are. They know. We sometimes call each other OGs, and that's a respect because we know each other's track record. We know each other as a man, And some people call me OG, and I call other people OG at times. And it's just a term of endearment, and it's a term of respect. It really is. Right. I tell them now I'm original gentleman. More than I am the gangster part.
Fuck that. That's a badge of honor for me. I've been through too much. Fuck that. Right. That's my badge of fucking honor. Fuck that.
But yeah. But then again, it's in me. You know,
Yeah.
it's definitely in
Yeah,
there. But
and-
now what I portray more is of the gentleman.
And,
more than
and
they'll see the
and
gentleman
being-
side.
right? See the,
before they see
that's how
that
you got to do it
side.
now. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
in me. I am
You know what I'm
one,
saying?
but it's,
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying.
You'll see
You know,
the gentleman of
I'm
me.
a Joe G to my motherfucking heart.
Right,
I'm a G to my
definitely
motherfucking
gonna
heart.
be a G. I'm always
But
a G,
now, you know what I'm saying?
I'm more
You
of
got
a
to see the gentleman part.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
you
saying?
know.
You got to see the refinement.
Yeah,
That's what I
say
that's what
now
I want to
is-
be known for now. My refinement.
you know, now you're gonna see the seasoning.
Right, right there it is. The seasoning, baby. The seasoning.
The seasoning.
The
You know, that
seasoning.
made it taste good.
Man,
the
yes.
seasoning. You know,
Yes.
You're going to see polish.
There it is. There it is.
You know, polish.
You got to have polish.
You know, us as old schools, I like
We're
to
supposed to be polished, baby.
Polished.
We're supposed to be
And-
blinking. We're supposed to
Right.
be gleaming. We're supposed to be
say,
shining.
savoir faire.
Yeah,
as I always say.
yeah,
That's
it's
one of my
savoir
favorites.
faire, baby.
But you know, it's to where we come from and what we are to
Yeah.
now
To
is
now.
a blessing.
Right.
You know, a lot didn't make it.
Mm-hmm.
A lot
So
didn't
many
get to
did.
see it.
So
So
many
many didn't get to
So
see
many
it.
did, man.
So many people that's alive but still can't see it for whatever reason, whether it's incarceration or you know the drugs took them out, or you know mental illness, or for whatever reason they couldn't just enjoy that. We fortunate that we came out of a lot of stuff because it's called surviving the test, so you have a testimony.
Right.
So every time that you survive something, but let me add to that, every time that you survive a situation, it's another 2, 3, 4 right around the corner
Yep.
waiting on you.
Yeah,
So you say, wow, I just weathered the storm with getting my car fixed. I just weathered the storm with paying my rent. But guess what? There's something right around the corner that's just waiting on you. Whether it's a little bit, a little bit more, or a whole lot.
or a lot.
You know,
Or a lot.
A tsunami
Man.
is waiting.
Or a lot, man. Or a lot, man. Hey, man, man, let me tell you, man. And this one, we all gonna question the Father. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And he
yeah.
knows that we're gonna
He
question
knows
him.
that. He
But it's all about how you do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And man, one time, I was hit with so much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I was heated.
Yeah.
I looked up at him and I went like this. I said, "What else, God?
Right.
What else?" You know what happened?
What?
He said, "I'll show you what,
What
else."
else?
It
Right.
got twice as bad.
Right.
It got.
It got bad. It got bad.
I'm
you
like,
know.
Father, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I won't
I'm
say
sorry.
that
I'm-
no
I'm-
more.
I'm
I won't
sorry.
even think it.
I won't even.
How
I'm
about that?
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm
I won't
sorry.
even think it.
I don't know why I was yelling at you. I don't.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Right.
So we bring it on ourselves.
Yeah, we
you know,
do.
sometimes.
There's two things: the cards that you were dealt, and the cards you dealt yourself. And the thing I say that to say this: some things you were dealt, like if you have bad things that go on, you had no control over that. That's just how life comes. But then there's cards that we dealt ourselves.
Right.
Decisions that we made.
Yeah.
Choices we were a part of, or we did, or we didn't rectify. Because we could have rectified some things too, but we let pride get in the way too. You know, and
Yeah.
pride has always been the enemy. Before the simple
pride.
fact where, lust of the eyes and lust of the flesh and pride is three things that sent man to the penitentiary. Lust of the eyes, lust of the flesh, and pride. And pride is the biggest one. Where, man, I ain't about to let that go. Man, let it go, man.
Let it go.
No, man, it's the principle. Let it go.
Let it go.
That's your pride. Now your pride got you doing something you shouldn't have. Now you somewhere you don't want to be.
You know that old saying,
getting
pride comes before the fall.
Yeah. Yeah. And I tell them that. I say, it's all about learning. And I've had my time of pride and didn't let it go. Or should have
Man.
just went home, or
Yeah.
should have just let that little bit go, or whatever.
I
But
still
see,
deal with my pride.
Yeah,
You know
still
what I'm
deal
saying?
with it. We're a lot better now than we were then.
yeah.
Because when you young, you feel
Right, when you
like
young, you full of that
brash,
pride.
You bold.
You're right.
Man, I don't care. Man, I'm me.
Right,
I'm
like,
21.
Right, I don't care.
I don't care. I'm gangster. I gets down like this. I live for this. We talk like that, but when you 50 talking like that, they're like, oh man,
That's
how old
right.
is this guy? Like you
Right,
still
and he's
don't,
still on this.
you don't have no seasoning? Like
What happened? You know what I'm saying?
Where's your seasoning
right?
at? Like, you know,
this is not where you supposed to be right
at
now,
all.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, and it's nothing wrong with having a conversation about something that's misconstrued. I can't stress that enough. You know, especially us with men, we don't have that conversation. We need to have that conversation. We do, and we don't. You know, we walk around like wounded puppies. And then, you know, we beef with people 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 20, 22 years. And then the person don't even have a clue that you even that mad at him
Right.
for whatever's going on. Because he done went on with his life. And you still sitting up here stirring up the witch's brew.
Right.
Ready to cast
Still-
a spell on
right,
him.
still
You know,
mad.
still mad. You know, blood
It's
pressure.
been years.
up.
It's been years.
Finna get a brain aneurysm.
Get over it.
You still mad. You know, and this
Get
person
over
looking
it.
at you like you crazy because they done went on with their life. So,
Right.
you know, it's important. And, you know, and
Yeah.
all of us is still growing. None of us is perfect. We
Yeah,
still,
we still
growing,
growing.
and we still learning because we never too old to learn. We
Right.
still learning. So what we are called is the student teacher.
Yeah.
We teach what little bit we know to those that don't know,
Yeah.
and we still a student of more to know.
Right.
So, you know, we always going to be that student teacher. You know, I call it the player coach.
Yeah.
So, you know, we have to give ourselves time to grow. We have to allow ourselves to grow. And I ain't saying it's easy. Let me put that out there. It's not easy to sometimes maybe even forgive. It's not easy. It's really not easy. Some people can do it because that's a natural thing that they do, however they grew up. It may be easy for them. But a lot of us, because I remember when I couldn't forgive. I'm just
Me
gonna
too.
be honest.
Me too.
I had
I didn't want to.
I didn't want to forgive.
I didn't want to.
You know, I push you down the steps and keep on
Yeah.
going. Like, you know,
I stick my foot out and trip you.
shit, yeah, exactly. And mess around, laugh at you.
Yeah,
But,
I'm a laugh.
yeah,
I'm a laugh.
crack
You
up and all
know,
that.
I was the individual. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That where I relished in getting even with people.
Exactly.
It was getting even with people. You know how Pac said revenge is the sweetest joy next to getting pussy.
Yes.
It is.
Yes.
It is. But that's a joy you should never feel. Because you know what I'm saying? I done been there, and I done got even with a person, and I'm sitting up there like, I got the motherfucker. I
Right.
got him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's not. It'll eat you up inside later on.
And then it becomes time wasting.
Yeah.
Because you do it with this person, that person, this person, that person, this woman, that woman, that woman. And then you look up and see how much time you wasted when you could have been better and so much more. And working on the good things of you to help
it's
motivate and cultivate those things.
Yeah, because it's like you just got this big gaping hole
Yeah.
through the middle of you.
Yeah.
And you can't get enough revenge to ever feel it.
Yeah. You know.
You could never get enough get back to ever feel it.
Yeah. You never get, and it's never ending because it's a circle. It keeps going. And
Yeah,
going,
it
and
just keeps.
Then we never prepare for what if the person do that to us.
Mhm.
You know, and that's something else I always want to address. You got to always remember for every action it's a reaction.
Yeah.
And
But that's definitely,
people have to also understand too that just because you mad at a situation and feel you getting ready to go get some revenge, always remember there's a possibility you could get killed going to get some revenge.
Yeah.
It's a possibility that the revenge could go horribly wrong.
Yeah.
It's a possibility that you do some revenge and somebody take the revenge out on your loved ones.
Yep. That's the one. Yeah.
And that's the one that's
That's
gonna
the
hurt
one
you the
thing.
most.
Yeah. It ain't even got to be
Because
you.
we could take it on the chin.
Yeah.
But when it comes to your loved ones, and
Yeah.
we sit back and say, hey, if I just would have let that go.
And they had nothing to do
And
with
they
it.
had nothing to do with it. And, you know, just innocent people who wasn't even on it.
People
or
don't-
even if people call themselves riding with you, you put them in a bad predicament
Yeah,
that
you
they
put-
really
yeah.
didn't need to be in.
You know, when I was,
You know.
when I was coming up, you know what I'm saying, in the streets and stuff, when I was coming up, you know, the code that we came up by,
Correct.
we never got revenge on, if we couldn't, like, it wasn't no, if I can't get you, I'm gonna get that one closest to you.
Right.
We didn't do that. But nowadays,
Yeah. Yeah.
mm-mm. If they can't get you, they gonna get that one closest to
Yeah,
you.
they think they mafia hitmen now. Like, you know, these people is they got the game twisted. And the thing of it is it's up to us to show them something different.
Yeah.
Even if we can't physically pull them to the side and talk to them. At least leave a blueprint, because I say,
Right.
hey, it could be 999,999 that don't hear you, but it's that one person that is willing to listen. It's that one person that may want to be like you or respect you and plan their blueprint off of you.
Off of you.
So you got to watch what you say, what you do, how you handle things, and also be transparent to the point where you say, hey, I make mistakes too.
Yeah.
And we don't play the goody good role. You know, I don't have a problem with a person say, hey, this is what I do, or I mess up like this, or I smoke, I drink, I act a fool, I do this, because I know what I'm dealing with. The enemy I'm scared of is the one that I don't know is my enemy.
Right.
The one that can sneak me in the night. So, you know, that's
the hidden enemy is what I call
the
it.
hidden enemy, the frenemy.
The hidden enemy.
You know, and then that's what makes you not sleep at night. You know, and I don't want to do that. I want to be able to sleep peacefully. I want to be able to go to sleep knowing that I put good fruit out there.
Right.
You know, I didn't make that same mistake I did yesterday. I want to be able to grow. I want to be able to be at peace, and people around me feel it too. You know, that's important for people to feel loved around you. Sometimes we get self-absorbed and we forget that certain things that we do, and they were like, well, Dad, why everybody acting a fool? Because sometimes it might be a type of energy you putting out that people is not feeling.
Yeah.
People feel your energy. And
Oh,
they
yeah,
know
they-
when it's
yeah.
genuine. They can
Yeah.
feel like when somebody's comfortable with you, you know, that's the energy you putting out.
Right.
And they feel comfortable enough to give you a hug or sit down with you or allow you to come into their home.
Right. Allow you to come. Right.
Into their home around
They
what they
welcome
call
you into
their
their
precious
home.
things.
Yeah.
Which is their family. They
And
precious
that's
riches,
me.
you know?
Everybody ain't invited.
No,
to my
everybody
home.
ain't invited to my
No,
home.
you
Not
have
at
to.
all.
No, you have to be. You have to be a special person.
You do.
You know, for me to let you into my home around my family.
And that's something you earned. That's why
Right.
it goes back to what I said. Earned the right and respect to enter the home. You know, and people don't want to work for nothing. They think they're entitled. They think they should be given everything. They think that just because they're a physical being that's existing, that automatically, I should just get the utmost respect. You should crown me king. No, it doesn't work like that. You know, it's a thing called an empire, and an empire or dynasty has to be built. It's not given. It has to be
It has
built.
to be built.
And what makes it the empire dynasty is when you can pass it down and that person builds and can pass it, and it
Right.
constantly keeps going
Right.
in a productive form.
Right.
When you can't pass something down, that's all bad.
Yeah.
You know, this has a bad name. Now I can't pass it to my children or
Right.
grandchildren, and now I done did this hard work all for nothing to get to that point, but I got such a bad name, nobody want to be bothered with me.
You know,
I can't network, or I can't, you know,
Yeah.
I'm not solid in my business because I done acted a fool so much. So
Right.
now I done messed up not only current business, but future business.
business.
And it's like, man, who wants to do that? You know, you done spent all that time reading and learning and networking and, you know, going
Money,
to movies and
money, resources,
time investment, all that
time.
time you invested, all that.
Because you ain't
money
gonna get none of that time back.
You will not get it back at all, and it's just wasted.
You ain't gonna get none of that time back.
That's kind of like a prison sentence. You know, you just don't get that time back. And people have to be careful of what they associate with. You know, deal with those who breathe life into you, not breathe death into you. Deal with somebody somebody who genuinely wants to see you win. A lot of people got a lot of people around them and they think they really want them to see them win, but it's a lot of little snakes and serpents hanging around, and they appear to be, but they more like the wolves in sheep's clothing. And that's the biggest problem. And it's the person closest to you. It's not the person
It's
far
always
away from you.
it's always the person.
You
that's
know,
closest to
I told the person, I said, the person that's willing to fight you ain't the dude you should fear. It's the one that's scared of you is your worst enemy. Because he or she is so scared of you, you could be at the gas station, they'll throw some acid on you and harm you for real. See, the guy ain't got no problem fighting you. He'll go up to you as a man and say, hey, look, we can go over here and fight. You be like, oh, well, I ain't worried about him because every time you see me, he come to me like a man and we fight.
Right.
But the person that I ran up on yesterday, he was like, no, I want no problem. That's the person you should really worry about. Because he'll run me over with a car. He'll hit me with a bat or blindside or anything. Shoot me, maybe.
Then you get into your false sense of security.
Yeah.
And you told them, he's scared of me.
Right.
I ain't scared. Yeah.
Right.
That's the one that's gonna get you.
That's that ego and that pride, and it'll
Kill you every time.
Kill you every time.
I don't underestimate anybody.
Nobody. I don't care if they look like Macaulay Culkin.
I'm not underestimating
nobody. I don't care if they look like Urkel.
This world,
Urkel might slap you in the mouth.
especially where this world is now, you can't underestimate. You can't underestimate nobody.
Hey, little that I ain't doing that. He might be a judo champion. You don't even know.
Beat the hell out of you in the middle of the street.
Middle of the street. You know, you be like, damn.
And then rung your bell twice.
Right. Twice. You know, you underestimated that man. I always tell people, leave people alone. Your hands on people. Leave people alone because you don't know what bag they come out of.
Yeah.
And you don't know who they know or what they know.
Right.
And those are the two things. And we do it all the time. We just underestimate.
We
underestimate. And then when something happened, now it's 9 million excuses on why that happened. No, leave folks alone. That ain't bothering you.
Yeah.
You know, if it's a disagreement, if it's like that, hey, just walk away. Hey, okay, you won. I'm gone.
Right.
Because I'm not going to keep entertaining because that's going to turn into something that is not worthwhile for either one of them. Because 9 times out of 10, we just two family men fighting. Notice I said family. Now, we endangering our family. The head of the house is going to be either locked up or dead. Either one going to jail and locked up, both of y'all could be dead, or both of y'all going to jail. Yeah. So, you know, either way it go, the family lost. Because that's a lose-lose situation. Yeah. Ain't no winners coming out of that. Ain't no winners coming out of that. You know, now the gas don't get paid. Now the food ain't in the refrigerator now. Now it's, you know, you put your whole family at risk.
People got to learn to pick their battles.
Yes.
You got to learn to pick your battles.
Have to.
You can't go to war with everybody.
You can't.
Because there's always someone bigger and badder than you.
Yes. It
does not pay.
Everybody wants to go to war until they run into that warrior.
Right. Or you know, or that person. Yeah, that person that's war ready.
Yes. And stay war ready. Yeah.
You know, there's a big difference between being, you know what I'm saying, there's a big difference between, you know, wanting to go to war and being war ready.
Ready, yes. It's a big difference.
Big difference. Everybody wants to go to war.
Right. Until it happens.
I thought
I was going to get away in the shootout there. He had a gun too. Man. He's bigger than mine. Shoot more. I'm hit.
Oh, you know what? I went to war with this motherfucker. I went to his house.
Oh, man.
Door opened up. Boom, blew you out your shoes. Knew you were coming.
Yep. It was written. He was waiting on you.
He already felt you out. Mm-hmm. He said, this motherfucker gonna come to my house.
Yeah. And I'm gonna have to deal with him.
And I got something.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't gonna get this shit off. Mm-hmm. First of all, you ain't got no business coming to the person's house.
That's dumb in itself.
I never, you know, I'll go to your house. Oh, you will?
Oh, you will?
Okay. All right.
Man, until you see that 30-06.
See you when you get here.
Pick you off at the door.
Right.
Because he on top of the roof looking down at you.
Because if you come up in my yard, I'm gonna have to fire up, kid.
Yeah, we're not gonna play with you at all.
You know, and I ain't gonna say I ain't never done it. Cause I done went to people's house. Not smart.
Not smart.
Not smart at all.
We were young and dumb.
Yeah.
So, you know.
But you think about it afterwards, you think about like, was that really smart of me?
Right.
Coming to where they lay their head at?
Right. To where they have the best advantage.
The advantage. You going to them, they got the advantage.
Because you don't know what's in their house. You don't know how the house is constructed.
It ain't like y'all going nowhere neutral or anything like that. Or they coming to your house. You going to their house.
Unfamiliar territory. Don't know what the blueprint of the house is. None of that. Who?
But
how
you're
many
but
in the
you're
house?
but you're going there.
You go in there. You don't even know who in the house.
You going there.
What's in the house?
And then
You
you
know.
then you think you got the advantage when you round up your homies to
Oh.
go to the house too.
Oh.
But then that person got something for everybody out there
Everybody
with
out
you.
there too. You better hope he ain't got a grenade and just do that.
Right. And just lay waste to
Yeah,
everybody.
Get everybody. I ain't got to even get my hands dirty.
Pull the pin out of
That's it. No more you. Everybody just
Yeah.
disbanded. Now what?
right. So
now they picking out caskets.
yeah. So yeah. So you pick your battles. Even in your business life, your professional life.
Yeah.
You pick your battles in your life. Period. No matter what it is, in general, you got to know. You got to learn to pick your battles. You got to know how to pick your battles.
Got to.
Because all battles aren't meant to be won.
Mm-mm.
Sometimes you have to have a strategic retreat.
Definitely.
You heard me, right? A strategic retreat.
Have to.
It ain't no cowardice in it.
Mm-mm.
It's about being smart.
Right.
Because a good run is better than a bad stand any day.
Any day.
And that's not being cowardly.
No.
That's being sensible.
Exactly.
Especially if you're thinking about what you have to lose.
Right. Right.
And that's the one thing that a lot of us don't think about. What we stand to lose. Should
we really don't.
Should we commit certain actions?
Yeah, we really don't. We really don't think. We don't think about consequences, period. We never even got that second thought. You know, it's a saying that goes, sometime if a man took a second thought, you know, the outcome probably would have been a lot different and a lot better.
Yeah.
If that person would have taken the second outcome. And all this stuff is just coming with growth. It goes back to growth and being seasoned and to learn and to pay attention to what you say and what you do and try to grow from that and learn and to make yourself better, because you can always keep working on self.
Mm-hmm.
You know, keep working on self. That's not nothing bad because you change a behavior about you. Some people say, oh man, that make you a punk, or that make you soft,
No.
or because the dude is run off at the mouth and I just choose to say, well, you won that, I'm gone. You argue with yourself, stand here, look stupid out
Right.
here in the cold. I'm gonna go home where it's warm and you keep getting mad. I'm not gonna stand here in the freezing cold and be arguing with you. That sounds retarded. Your whole family waiting on you to get back home, and here you is arguing
Right.
with little lump and who don't care nothing about you. Is there to waste your time or
Right.
to inflict harm, or you inflict harm on him. Now what? You know, it's just all wasted. It's a lose-lose situation for everybody involved.
Yeah.
And that's just something that we, you know, especially as men, we have to change that dynamic. We definitely have to do that. I understand that, you know, your whole life we've been subject to this and subject to that. That's why we feel the way that we feel. That's why we handle stuff the way that we handle. But I always tell people, whatever you do to make a positive change, not just for you, but for those who love you. Sometimes it's all right to put a different type of spin on something. If you know you stand in the neighborhood where the hood is a temptation for you to act a fool or sell drugs or kill something or do something negative, you might have to move.
Yep.
And some people say, well, I'm from here, I'm going to die here and this, that, other. I said, okay, it's cool to say that when it's you, but till it happens to your child. If your child get killed in the hood, now you hate the hood.
Right.
Now you're going to be mad at everybody in the hood.
Right.
Now you F the hood. I don't care about that. My son got killed.
Right.
Okay, but
When
you
you
said
could-
you was going to
get
die in the hood.
And you could just get them out of that
You could
situation.
just get them out that situation and give them a chance at a better life. If you
Yeah,
had
better life.
If you had a raggedy life, why get a kid a raggedy life?
That don't read.
It don't read. Like, you don't want them to be better.
That
Like,
don't read. I don't.
You know,
my kids,
just
man,
because you ate peanut butter and jelly, let them get a steak.
Yeah.
Like, I don't
they
get
don't
that. Why
deserve
you-
the. They don't deserve to say. You know what I'm saying? I would. Only time I would use that is like examples. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Now my kids want to be spoiled ass brats and shit and don't appreciate shit. Oh, you gonna eat peanut butter and jelly
Oh,
until
yeah.
you appreciate
Yeah.
what you have right,
Right,
now,
right,
just
yeah.
to show you
Right.
how good you have.
Have it. Exactly.
That's
Those are teaching lessons.
those are teaching lessons.
That's the difference. It's a teaching lesson.
Yeah.
And it's doing what a parent should do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, should do. And I tell people, you know, somebody said to me the other day, said, well, you know, you can't whoop your kid like you want to. I said, let me tell you something. I said,
Shit, if I can't.
I said, let me tell you something. I said, I don't care who, what, where, when, or however it go. If I ever felt I had to chastise any one of my loved ones, and that go for children, grandbabies, nephews, nieces, whoever the fact, you will get a lump on top of your head. You can get one for free. It ain't gonna cost you nothing. You ain't gonna have to sit back and get no extra sleep. You can get it for free. You don't need to go to .com, get Cash App.
Yes,
You can get this lump on top of a lump on top of your head.
Let me tell you.
For free.
My favorite, my favorite nephew Trayvon, right? And the little boy, that boy, he was something else. Okay. I told my sister-in-law, my brother-in-law, I said, if y'all don't do something about this boy, he gonna grow up and become a sociopath. That's like, man, man, but I stayed on him, stayed in his shit, stayed on his ass.
Got to.
He has grown into such a wonderful, caring, giving young man. When I saw him hit his teens and saw where his mindset was, and he told people, my Uncle Eric, he was hard on him.
Right.
He was like, but I thank him.
Right. Correct.
And I love him so much. And about to be a father.
Salute.
I love you, nephew. Shouts out to you. Yeah, man.
Young warrior, yes, sir.
Yeah, man. It's you love to see kids.
Yeah, you love to see
when
great
they do
things, when they amount to something.
Yeah.
And they're on the right track and they're doing good things, and we need more of that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he'll be an inspiration
Mm-hmm.
to somebody coming behind him that's in his age bracket.
Yeah.
And that's something that we need more of. And I think that's a beautiful thing, and I think that would be a good look. That goes back to with the youth need that leadership and that warriors, and they need have something that they can be proud of. Yeah. And something that, just makes them feel good and something they can navigate to, because it's just so many things thrown down their throat. Yeah. There's so much negative, so much TV to movies to books to just humans. Negative humans walking around here, just influencing them wrong, and they think that's the way it should be because they trust in the human, and and then they get led wrong, and all this kidnapping and sex trafficking and all this going on in the world. So it makes you feel good when somebody rises above that, and is able to weather those storms when the odds is definitely against them. Right. And to rise like the phoenix, that's a beautiful thing. Yeah. And that's something that should be celebrated and applauded. And of course the parents should feel good. Because now they know their legacy is cemented. Right. Because now their child is on their way to creating a legacy. So so that's a great thing. And we as people don't think about that, but that's what comes from being seasoned, because you now think of stuff that you didn't think of before. Right. Because, you didn't see it back then, but you see a lot of things clearly now. You feel different. When you get older and you're seasoned, you even feel about things different. The way you'll handle something is different, because it'll just happen naturally. When you're working on self and you got a good heart and your intentions is good, you'll grow naturally. If you've been the evil dude for so long, it's just going to take a minute. Because if you're really trying to change, that's going to take a minute, because you're so used to being in the habit of being evil to the point you can't accept nothing good. Right. So if you got a good heart and made a bunch of mistakes, it's easy to grow, because, you still had a good heart, so you can always grow more, learn more, have more. And feel good about yourself. That's something I have to stress too. We don't feel good about ourselves. That's why so much stuff is chaotic. Because we don't love each other, let alone love self though. But you got to love yourself, because if you don't love yourself, you can't love me or anybody else. You can't love your children. You can't. It all starts with you. Yeah. And people have to understand there's a thing called be selfish sometimes. By that I mean, you have to take time for self, to get yourself together, to keep yourself together, so that you can be in charge the right way when you get around the youth.
Right.
When you get around even your loved one or significant other, you have
Yeah.
to have your mind and mental and spirit intact.
Yeah.
You know, and you have to constantly fight for peace and keep yourself at peace, because there's a lot of things that'll rock your boat. There's a lot
Yeah.
of things that will take you out your character.
Man.
There's a lot of things out here that just
Man.
make you look at life a whole different spectrum.
yeah.
It'll make you bitter. It'll make you evil.
It'll make you be like, fuck it.
Yeah, like what am I doing good for? Forget it.
Right.
You know, I might as well just be shiesty towards everybody.
Yeah, you
And
can't. You can't be that way.
and you can't be that way. And it's easy to, if you don't have the right influences, to have something. And I always tell people, you just got to get with things and know what you came for. If you know that you want a better life, then you have to be around people who are already going through a better life or doing good things. Get around people that's the best at doing right.
Yeah.
Doing what's right. Not, you know, we're going to be right Monday, but Tuesday and Wednesday, hey, you know, I'm going to slick this
Right.
person and I'm going to do this and do that.
I'm going to be on some bullshit.
Yeah, you know, then Thursday I'll come around, eat a piece of cake and, you know, and read a good book. Then, you know, then Friday I'm going to be evil wrongdoer. Then Saturday I'm going to take a break. And then Sunday, no, that's not how that works.
That's not
It
how
doesn't work
it don't,
like that at all.
It don't work like that.
You know, it's no in between bouncing back and forth. You know, there's no such thing as the good evil. Like it doesn't work at all, and it never will work. You know, and it just stunts our growth, as they say. You know, it puts a black eye on us as people. And then, like I said before, it's not easy to deal with this. It's not. That's why I said we need each other. We need each other to hold each other up.
Right.
We need to give each other a hug. We need to get on the phone and check on each other. We need to sit back and be able to share what's wrong with each other. And that person do it back with no ulterior motive, with no thought of spewing the person's, you know, secrets and stuff like that. See, we can't do that because we too caught up in nonsense, you know, and we don't think about things like being together, because everybody got problems. Some people's problems are bigger than others, but all of us got problems, whether it's the littlest problem or it's the big problem. So it's nothing no different. So when people start saying, well, I'm better than him, or she like, well, I'm better than her and all that, all of us are struggling. Because the last time I checked, none of us walking around here, regular people, is multi-mega millionaires to where we can sleep all day and just get up and write a check and pay the bills and get back in bed.
Ain't none of us rich.
Ain't none of us rich. Last time I checked, there wasn't no Brinks truck sitting in my driveway. You know, like the ice cream man just issuing out money.
Last time I checked, you know, I'm still doing what I can, formulating ways to survive day to day.
Yeah.
So,
and it's a struggle to survive day to day. It's a struggle just to survive mentally, you know, let alone financially and physically. But it's a struggle because so many things wear on you, you know, and a lot of us got so much on us. You know, we're going through these deaths that is just, you know, just ripping our heart apart. We going through, a lot of us is depressed for whatever reason. You know, a lot of us are hurting in relationships. A lot of us didn't make the right relationships with each other and we should have, or, you know, whatever the case, there's a lot of things wearing on us, and we have to be mindful of that and be understanding, because that's not easy either, to be understanding of a person that you're dealing with too. Us as men and women haven't always been the most understanding towards each other. You got to know where a person come from.
Right.
If a person come from some wrong elements, but they still trying to be a good person, cultivate the great stuff in them. Let them know what love is, because a lot of us haven't always experienced love. We talk that talk like, oh, I've been in love before and all that. No, that's not what I'm saying. Do you know what love looks like, what it feels like? You know, have you given love? How about that?
right.
You know, has somebody felt your love? So it's a two-way street. It's not about, I just get all the love and then I don't give nothing back. No, that's not, because that's going to turn out bad. Because if I get all the milk from the cow, I don't need the cow.
Right.
So, you know, it just don't make no sense. And I tell people all the time, you know, karma is not something you really want to be bothered with. You really don't want that in your spectrum.
Nah.
You really, really don't. And everybody say, well, I'm man enough to take. I hear women
No,
say,
you're
well,
not. No, you not.
I'll take this and I'll take that. I said, let me tell you something.
I've said that. And
Karma don't necessarily come. See, it'll come back to you, but let me tell you, it'll come back to you. It can come back to you directly or indirectly. The indirectly is what's the scary.
that's the scary part.
Because it's grandbabies out here. It's children out here. It's nieces and nephews and aunts and uncles and friends of the family. Your significant other could suffer from some karma that you did. Your children can get a generational curse from something that you did. And pass it on becomes a generational curse because they'll pass it on. And then they'll pass it on. And then that person, they'll pass it on.
And it'll just keep going.
It'll just keep going.
And going.
And it'll just eat you away.
Without end.
Without end. Because
end.
it's never ending. It's infinity. It's never ending. It's like the Hatfields and McCoy's beef. It'll just keep going and going and going and going. Those people will be dead. Then the other offspring come up and they done killed each other. And then the other offspring come up and they done killed each other.
And it's just going on and on and on and on.
And it just creates too much hate. It takes a lot of energy to hate. People don't realize that. There's a saying that says it takes 168 muscles to frown, but 17 of them just to smile. So, which one you want?
Right.
Do you want the heart attack or do you want to be able
I want to
smile?
smile.
I want to smile. I want to laugh.
I don't know
how much enjoy this.
I don't know
life.
how much time I got left here. I want to smile.
Yeah, you want to smile. Yeah, you want to enjoy the fruits too.
Yeah.
If you got loved ones, you got a wife, you got girlfriend, or you got somebody you care about. Stuff. You want to enjoy them, and you want to enjoy them in peace.
Yeah.
And you want to be able to be happy that you made the choice that you made. And that's something that we don't. We sit up here and make all these old knee-jerk reactions because we're lonely, and then we get there and spend 10, 12 years with somebody that wasn't even worth it.
Right.
And then if we come out of that, now we bitter. So now we take that into the next relationship.
You wasted
all that
years.
time.
You can't get
them back.
Can't get them back.
And
then, like you said, you carry it over into the next relationship.
Right.
That you can't do either.
You can't do that either because it ain't their fault that you went through all of that.
It's not their fault.
They ain't the one that did it to you.
Yeah.
So you harming the person that's the innocent bystander.
They're not the ones that damaged you.
No, not at all. Give them a clean slate. Find out about each other and get to know each other and grow from that. This is not a race. You don't have to race to rush in the relationship.
Yeah.
You don't have to. Well, I met you Monday, so I
Everybody's
got to
always-
get with you Wednesday, so don't nobody get you Thursday.
Everybody's always in a hurry.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Everybody's always in a hurry.
That's like cooking food too fast.
Mm-hmm. You end up getting sick.
Because the outside to be done, the inside to be red,
Mm-hmm.
and bloody.
Yeah.
Now you eating blood in your system.
Now your body all, you all
throwing up and
sick and
sick
shit
and headaches and
all because you didn't take your time.
Take your time. And a lot of things was messed up rushing. Rushing into something and you messed it up instead of taking your time. Because now the person feels like, wait a minute, you going moving them just a little too fast. I want to get to, now you're giving them an ultimatum and all that time. And see, now you done killed it. Because now a person is like, ultimatum? Like, what do you mean?
You mean ultimatum?
I thought we was just enjoying each other, getting to know each other and growing. No. Next year, if he don't put a ring on it, I'm gone. Wait a minute, but I just met you this year. Like, how does that work? So it's like, hey, people say, oh, well, I grew up in my family and my mother and father got married back when they was 18. Okay, well, first of all, that's a whole entirely different era, for one.
The second, I ain't doing that.
Second, I ain't doing it.
I ain't doing it.
You ain't gonna rush me into nothing. There's gonna be no shotgun wedding. You're not gonna rush me.
Right.
And just say, well, you got to do this now or else. Well, or else you be by yourself. Cause I don't have to be
I ain't about to be part of it.
No, I'm not gonna be part of that. You're not gonna strong arm marry me either. Like that's it's not gonna work. I'll do something. I'll walk away. Well, bye.
Bye. See you.
We're gonna do the Dionne Warwick walk on by. You just walk. Keep on walking.
Yeah.
And people just have to understand, the knowledge of what's going on.
Yeah.
When you have knowledge of something, you can overcome and have a lot of understanding with some things. And allow yourself to understand. Some
Yeah.
people don't allow themselves to have
Nah,
understanding.
they don't.
They really don't, and they jump the gun and think they know something, and then all of a sudden now you're being irritated. Now the person like, oh Lord, here you come. Now they don't even be happy to see you. Now
Right.
they like, oh, every time I say something, here you come.
Yeah.
Aye, you
Yeah.
know, and it's like now you're getting on people's nerves,
Right.
and everybody just getting away from you, and you just don't want that. You know, and if you do make these mistakes that we talk about and things, now is the time to clean it up.
Yeah.
Now is the time to
Yeah.
be better and want more for yourself too. You don't have to settle. Let me say that too. You don't have to settle, because a lot of people settle for stuff. You know, we'll settle for the raggedy dude. You know, they settle for the raggedy woman. You know, they settle for somebody who not even breathing life into them, but they just want to have it just to say they got a body right there. Just to say they got a woman. Just to say they got a man. Because they don't want to be by themselves or lonely and all that type of stuff. But you came in here by yourself. And when you leave from this world, you leave in that casket by yourself.
Right.
So it'll make you think that you can't be by yourself. Be by yourself until you be by yourself, learn about self, so you can deal with somebody else's self. See, that's the difference.
Yeah.
If you haven't really centered yourself, everything you're going to do is going to be off balance.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and this saying about I love you more than I love me, that's scary to me. That's real scary to me. I love you more than I love myself. No, because that don't work. Because you shoot yourself and take me with you. No, that don't. No, that's kind of scary right there. You know, that don't work. Because you dogging yourself, you gonna dog me. So
Right.
that's not. It started with you.
Yeah.
So you know, you'll kill up the whole house plus the goldfish. I don't want to be part of your Lifetime movie. I don't want to be part of the Lifetime that bad. You know, I want to do some films. Don't get me wrong, but I don't want to be on the film.
I don't want to be.
I don't want to be
the
the subject or the topic of the film
Yeah.
y'all filming in that way. Like, no.
No.
I wish he was here to see it.
No.
We're not gonna start that at all. We not. No, I don't want to be part of that. You just going on over there to Sunny Acres Mental Farm and you just ride on off and I'll go this way.
Yeah, I'm over here.
I'm over here. You deal with all that over there with you and cousin Fester and
Yeah,
Uncle Elmer and all the rest of
I
them.
don't
You
want
go
no
on over
parts.
there. No
I
parts.
don't
of
want
that.
no parts of it. No,
We done
none.
had our times dealing with the delusional ones and the crazy ones.
Yeah,
and,
I'm cool.
I'm cool.
I'm cool.
Because it's too much life to be lived.
Yeah.
You know, and get somebody that truly cares something about you. Truly cares something about you. You know, without you even having to ask. If you get sick, they right there. They pretty much know what to do. They right there trying to make sure if they can provide comfort or anything. Don't get the person that do a roll stop and just drop you off at the hospital and just take off and be gone and be like, well, call me when you about to get discharged. You don't know what's happening to your loved one that's in these hospitals.
Right.
So you don't know anything. You know, they could be done gave them the wrong medication. You
Yeah.
might know something they're allergic to and they come in there and give them something
Right.
while they sedated or something. And then, you know, something happened. You say, oh my God, I should have been there. Well, that's the thing. You're supposed to be there.
Supposed to be there.
You know, you're supposed to know what's going on. You can't trust the life of your loved one to a stranger. That makes no sense. How do I trust the life of my loved one to a complete stranger?
I don't.
It don't work like that, you know, and a lot of us become too trusting too early, too soon.
Yeah.
That's another problem too, you know, and don't always think that just because a person, something else too, don't always think because a person had a past that makes them a horrible person too. You know, people made mistakes in their past and then people hold it against them. I see a lot of that stuff too. Well, I found out that you was a cheater, so now you just gonna be this serial cheater and this, that, and the third. Everybody had a past, including you. You had a past. Everybody had a past, whether it's a little bit of a past or a whole lot of a past.
Ain't nobody above reproach.
Nobody, because a lot of us then did a lot of stuff, and especially if you was in them streets, you already know how we played our hands, because temptation is everywhere. Period. It's like being a celebrity. Temptation is everywhere. Yeah. And you know, and sometimes you make the mistakes and do things early. And we're not always the best problem solvers. especially a lot of us as men, we haven't always handled situations the best, even in relationships.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I'm guilty of that. And I tell people, you know, it's just grow, you know, and now is, you know, and me too. I want to grow, you know, because I got a level I want to be at. I have, you know, visions and thoughts and things that I want to see grow and manifest into something beautiful. So, you know, as now I work on self, you know, constantly learning, learning something new. Stay learning.
I stay working on self.
Stay working on self.
You have to do that.
You know,
you have to do that.
So you can be the best you that you can be, period. And people don't want to come around you when they really see how you always working on yourself and you trying your best to change. Because when people see you at least trying, they'll be more willing to work with you and feel more comfortable about being around you, because they say, okay, well, this person is growing, so that means they're not trying to go back to the mistakes that they made back there. They're trying to go ahead. So that person might say, well, I'm positive. Let me see if I can add some positive fruit to what they got going on.
Yeah.
So, you know, we need that too. Sometimes we just need that.
Yeah, we do.
Sometimes we don't know what we need until it comes around. You know, when you got the woman that you really want to be with, sometimes you didn't know that was the woman you really needed.
I sure didn't.
You know, sometimes you be thinking, I'm gonna be single for the rest of my life.
Man, that's how I felt.
I ain't on that, man. These women, man, they don't care nothing about me, and I don't care nothing about them. And
I was busy doing me.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. I was when me and Tiff, man, I was in a relationship that I didn't even give two shits about.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I was in a relationship, but I was with her for. I'm. Listen, let's be real. I was with her out of convenience. Mm-hmm. That's the only reason why I was with old girl out of convenience. And you
get what's called the hamster effect. Life is just going around. You're just waking up day to day, just doing whatever. You become like a zombie.
And it's the thing. I knew she didn't love me like I loved her, but I was there out of convenience.
Yeah.
And God put Tiff in my life.
Yeah.
And then some things happened with me and my ex. Mm-hmm. But I think God made that happen to put me and Tiff in each other's lives.
Right. And to let you know that you needed to cut off the past so you could get to the future.
Right.
And that was the whole thing too. You know, everything happens for reasons.
Yep.
Even if we don't see the reason. Or sometimes people say, oh, that's crazy or whatever. Sometimes, you know, if you sit back and fall back, God got you. Sometimes he'll put you in something, and he'll give you something unexpected. Yeah. That you didn't even think was going to, be great for you. So it's not over. It's always something, you know, God knows our plan. We don't know the plan.
We don't know the plan.
We don't know what he going to give us.
Right, we don't.
What we going to do. We don't know how we going to end up in the later life. We don't know nothing.
Only he knows that.
Only he knows that. You know, he knows, who's the perfect person for us. He knows, what we need. Mm-hmm. He knows when we are going to be successful.
Right. We don't know.
And when we deserve that success. See, we got to be deserving of that too.
Yeah, you could be doing everything you're supposed to do right now.
Right.
And feeling like you deserve it.
Right.
It's not this. I always say this because everybody want to put this timetable on what they're doing and stuff like that. Yeah, and I always tell people, it's not on you. It's not on your time.
No,
it's on God's time.
Always. Facts. Always.
It's on God's time.
Always on God's time.
You might think
you ain't gonna override him.
Yeah. You might
you can't bully him.
You might think you got all your ducks in a row and everything. You know what he's gonna tell you? Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet, child. Not yet.
No, my son.
No, not yet.
It doesn't work like that.
Not yet. But then when that time comes and he bestows it upon you,
oh boy.
Oh man.
Oh, get ready.
Get ready. Because hey, tell you, he gonna bless you so abundantly that you won't be able to receive it.
Yeah. You'll be so overjoyed, you'll be in tears.
Yeah.
Because you'll just have tears of joy. You really will.
Yeah.
Because he can create some of the most beautiful blessings.
Yes, he can.
Ever.
So you know what I do? I just keep doing what we doing.
That's right. And we remain humble. And that's the thing, be humble, but hustle hard.
Mm-hmm.
Be humble, but hustle hard.
Yeah. Do that work.
Put that work
in.
Because it will definitely pay off.
Yeah.
It definitely will pay off. And be consistent. That's something else. Be consistent.
Yeah. Don't get stagnant.
You know, don't get stagnant.
Don't get
Be
stagnant.
consistent. And don't be willing to switch up and change. You know, you may have a vision and then you find out something else you like that might even be better for you.
Yeah.
You know, or add to what you're doing. You might learn something over here.
Yeah,
And then you good at this
because you're always learning something new.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And then you just add that on
yeah.
too. So, you know, you might have started out a writer and look up and became a director. So
Right.
I mean,
Yeah,
you know, it's always
so don't be
something,
afraid to don't be afraid to learn something new.
something new. We have to. You have to.
Don't be afraid to learn something new.
You have to, and it's great because it keeps your mind.
I
going.
love learning new stuff.
Yeah.
Or it might be something that I didn't think that I could do.
And I like being around people who could teach me stuff too.
You know, yeah. See,
You
that's the
know,
thing about me.
that's
I have to,
something else.
yeah. See, that's the thing about me. I have to surround myself with people that are just as smart as me, if not smarter.
Smarter.
I like to surround myself
Yes.
with people that know more than me.
Yes, I do.
Because I want to learn stuff.
because it makes me
show
humble.
me. Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't. You know. Yeah, I don't
Like,
know
I
what
want to
this
eat off
is.
that plate.
Yeah, I don't know what this is. Show me this.
Show me this.
Show me this, because I don't know nothing about this.
Right.
Show me.
Show it to me. Yes.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
love
do
when
that
I
too, yeah.
I love when that happens. When I get
Exactly.
with somebody that knows more than me and they show me something.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I sit there, I be like, oh. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
Right.
Yeah.
You know, it's just beautiful to learn and
It's-
to know and to grow. You'd be surprised when you learn new things. It
oh
opens your
man, you know what I
mind.
love too? This is one of my favorite words. You know what I love too? Serendipity.
Yes.
In case people don't know what serendipity is, it means making a marvelous discovery by mistake.
Yes.
Oh, I love when serendipity
Yes.
hits me.
That's why they always be like, Eureka! You know,
Yeah,
that type of-
man, man, that feeling when you discover something by mistake,
Man.
and it'd be a marvelous discovery,
Yeah.
and you'd be like, oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
You just feel
and the world opens up, you know,
Right.
like the skies
Right.
open up,
and you
yeah,
say, wow, that's great. I
Yeah.
love that. You know, I'm
Yeah.
glad I know that. You know.
yeah, I love that, man.
You know, it's just.
And that's what I'm always looking for. While I'm working, I'm always looking for some sort of serendipity.
Yeah.
I mean, when they're working, I'm like, come on, something hit me by mistake,
Right.
hit me by mistake.
Because that's your reward. You feel like that's your reward of being, you know, working hard and trying to come up with an idea. And then, like you say, something hits you,
Yeah,
you know, boom, by accident.
By accident.
You know, and you're like, wow, I didn't even think of it that way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or having a conversation with somebody and get you know, and say, oh, wait a minute, I got a good idea just by talking to you. I just thought of
Yeah.
something right quick. You know, and that
Yeah.
comes to you like that. I like doing that too. Having them good conversations where you laughing and you growing and vibing and it's peaceful and nobody's jealous of each other and envious and you know, all bitter and hateful just when somebody wants to work with you because they got the same mind goal that you got.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just great. It's just a beautiful thing, and it can be very great. You know, but you have to be worthy. You have to stay centered. You got to always keep the Creator, keep God first. Always, you know.
Always.
You got to let him in. You
Without-
got to let
let him
him. You got to let him in.
You gotta let him
You got to
in.
let him do his thing.
Without him, it will not work.
It will not work, and you
won't
can't be scared to fail.
Mm-mm.
You can't.
You can't
be
succeed
scared.
without failure.
Yeah, you can't. You can't. Even the greatest people that y'all look up to will tell you about all the
You can't
failures.
succeed without failure.
You know, Denzel Washington auditioned for the play called Fences before they turned into what it is now. He went to a theater and he auditioned and he bombed. He didn't get the role. 30 years later, they filmed Fences in that same theater that he bombed in, and he got the part, and he started doing that. You know, Reggie Jackson hit lots of home runs, but Reggie Jackson has the record for most strikeouts. Over 3,000 and some strikeouts, but has great home runs.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, it's a lot of losses. You know, there are some people that didn't make it till they was 54
Yeah.
or 60 years old, and
Yeah.
they just now getting
Yeah.
that success. So, you know, sometimes you don't get quote unquote the microwave success,
Right.
as I call it.
Right.
You know, some people may get their little break early, maybe when they was 8 years old or 10 or 12 or what have you. but be patient.
Yeah.
But be diligent too. You can't just be patient.
Yeah,
You say,
you
I'm just gonna go home and go to bed.
I'm gonna sit around and wait till something falls out the sky.
Yeah, I'm gonna eat cheese and crackers and sit around
and just wait for it.
Scratch my stomach.
No, that's not.
My feet smell like corn chips and my stomach ashy and all that.
That's not how it works.
That's not how that works.
You got to do the work.
You got to do the work. Got to put.
You got to do the work.
And there's that S word, sacrifice. There's a lot you got to sacrifice. The nice day outside where you want to go to the park, but you know you got to go to the studio, put that song down. You know that you got to spend some time on your craft today because you know you feel it and you're like, today I want to try to work towards my goal.
Right.
So you're going to sacrifice. Sacrifice time with family because you got a show to do, a game to go to. You know, it's going to be sacrifices made. It's going to be people that's going to be mad and upset and hurt because you're not around to physically be there for them.
Yeah.
But understand what the sacrifice was for. It's not great now. It's going to be greater later. So, you know, and understand each other too. And understand that if the person you with have a goal and then you have a goal and your goals are separate, respect each other's goals too. Right. Let that person still proceed to go along and try to obtain that goal. And you work on your stuff over there. And when hers grow and yours grow, then maybe y'all come together and create something too.
Yeah.
You know, but let that person be an individual.
Right.
Because I see a lot of people get mad. You know, you're always on that computer. You're always on that computer. You ain't never in the bed. You're always on that computer. Well, if they doing something that's productive, and you know for a fact that it's really going to blossom in something, you know, support them. And I didn't say it's going to be easy because you want your significant other. Don't get me wrong. You want to roll over and they in the bed. You want to cuddle and all that type of stuff. But when you know that what that person is doing is bringing them peace and is making them happy and what they working on, they willing to share with you. Right. Let them do it.
Yeah.
Let them do it. Because if they don't, they're going to regret it and they'll be mad at you.
They'll be mad at you.
So, you know, you just got to do that. You know, and it's not easy. And we're not saying all this stuff is easy. Like you just wake up and say, you know, it's great. I figured it out. No, it's not. But life ain't easy. Not at all.
Not at all.
Because there's some pills we got to swallow and we wish we hadn't.
Yeah.
Every day. But keep pushing. Keep striving.
Above all else, keep pushing. Yes.
Keep pushing. Keep pushing. I don't care who tell you can't do it. Man, good for that.
Oh, yeah.
Don't listen to nobody tell you that you cannot or you can't do it.
Don't listen.
Take that apostrophe T and throw it in the river.
Right.
We only do cans around here. We don't know that other stuff.
Nah, not at all.
Not at all.
Nah.
Not at all. I don't care if you say you want to own a hot air balloon business and you figure you got the blueprint, you done saw something, then do it. Fly all around Cleveland if you
do
it.
Do it.
I don't care what it is. You want to make a stuffed animal business and do that.
Do it.
You know, don't let nobody defer you from your dream too. Right. And quit telling your dream to dreamless people.
Yeah.
Dreamless people. They don't even have a dream.
They don't have a dream.
They can't
ain't got a plan.
Dream.
They ain't got a plan. They ain't
got a plan.
Don't waste your time.
Don't even waste your time. Don't waste your time with trying to build and the dude around the corner you went to school with and you think you're going to make $1 million with a lazy dude you went to school with. That don't work either. Because you call yourself trying to keep it real and I'm going to go ahead and get dude from the hood. No, that don't work either. You know, think locally but act globally.
Exactly.
You know, so definitely do that. You know, and I always think like that, you know, because I always want more. So, you know, it's good times for me.
You know, like so me, I say I'm mogul minded.
Yes.
That's my phrase.
Yeah, I got to do that.
Mogul minded.
Yeah, I'm definitely mogul minded. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
The one guy called me the mighty mogul or whatever, you know. And every time he see me, like, you know, what's up, mogul? You know, what's up, mogul? You know, you always call me mogul. Everybody else call me Ronnie B and stuff like that. But you always say, what's up, mogul? You know, stuff like that. And shout out to Tar Raj because, you know, we had a disagreement, didn't see eye to eye or something. So just letting it know that it ain't, you know, it's nothing. It's all good. It's all love. My homie, you know, that was the best man that I've been knowing like forever, you know, is going through it with the health problems, stuff like that. Reached out to him this morning. Hopefully I'll hear from him today. You know, just want to say, yeah, my prayers, get better soon. You know, I'm always here for you, stuff like that. Brother HJS has been doing good. You know, he had the brain surgery, but he has like his moments, and he has some effects and some things. Oh, so shout out to HJS. On a good note, Mama Porter been getting out a little more, you know, so shout out to Mama. You know, good to see her back in the fold and doing a little bit more and staying motivated. You know, all our sick and shut in. Let me shout them out too.
Yeah,
you know,
shout
get
out.
well.
Yeah.
You know, stay focused. You know, stay strong. Stay prayed up. You know, keep fighting. It ain't easy. Just keep fighting. Keep fighting.
Yeah. Shout out to my brother, my best friend, Chris Harris, my right hand.
Chris.
Shout out to his mom. Shout out to Mama Gigi because she had an operation regarding her eyes, and everything's fine.
Good.
Mama Gigi, I love you. I love you so much, and I'm so happy.
Yeah,
I'm so happy everything went well.
Exactly.
You know,
Marsha Cook on the eye surgery and stuff like that. You know, get well. You know, definitely. I want to shout out the homies in school, Tamika Tatum. You know, it's always love. Call me whenever you can. You know, I know you do your thing. You've been a big inspiration to me, you know, whether you knew it or not, you know, so you definitely my homie. And, you know, even in school, you always showed me love, and you still do now. So it's good. All the people that's been showing me love lately, you know, it's beautiful. The people that support the podcast, let me say that. The people that's been supporting the podcast and giving us the positive feedback, I thank you. I appreciate it. We appreciate the love. You know, we're going to keep pushing. We're going to keep getting bigger. We're going to get better.
Shout out to the entire Boss King BKL family. Everybody involved in the co-op, everybody in that circle. Shout out to everybody. We working, y'all. We working.
Shout out to Unrest. You know, Slicky Sticks, what's up, man? I see you, big homie. I'm gonna be seeing you soon. You know, that's my guy. That's my guy. You know, that's the big homie. But you know, and shout out to the people that do podcasts too. That's creating the content all over.
My brother Don P.
Yeah, Don P.
He's back. He's back on the scene with Club Pizzle. He's back for another season. So y'all check him out. He's on all streaming platforms. Check him out.
Yeah, y'all definitely
check out.
Do that.
Yeah.
Larry Gardner got a new relationship, so he happy. I said I was gonna holler at you. You know, you keep doing your thing. Oh. And definitely, just hit me back in the text about a day ago. Big Moochie, you stay busy, you stay running. I'm loving the new line dance. I'm loving what you got going on, man. No matter how busy and how many planes you get on and get off, you have always had time for me. You have always had time to get back to me, even if it wasn't nothing but just I'm all right or I'm cool. So, you know, because you're very busy. You know, and you still have time. Oh, and shout out to Joe Little, because that All of Me is his new single. Y'all go out there and support that single. He back. He got that R&B vibe. He got that flavor. So go out there and support it, because he putting in work. You know, some people may not, you know, like it or whatever. You know, just but respect the grind. You know, and respect the fact that, you know, they call us relics because we're in our 50s and we still out here doing it. But shout out to the, you know, the legend from Cleveland that's coming out here to try to give you some good music and something to listen to and something to put on your mind. You know, and just shout out to the people that's been putting out good music and stuff lately. You know, Dolores Gray, what up? You know, as always, you know, Al Porter, you know, Art McCoy and the whole Black on Black family. Judy Martin, you know, already know I love you. You know, it was good to see you when I ran into you. You know, as we always have a good time. Shout out to Cowboy, too. I don't get a chance to always shout out Cowboy. Cowboy and his queen, Malika, you know, you do your thing. Assalamu alaikum, queen. You know, with the oils, the post points, and she doing her thing like that. And she stand by her man. You know, and she out there with him, rain, sleet, snow, you know, no matter what he do, and you know, and she does her thing while she support his thing. So I just think that's great. Ted from African American Museum. Ted, you know, Ted was one of the forerunners that, you know, did his thing. You know, shout out to the whole entire hip hop workshop community. You know, we trying to get back in the fold and definitely do that. You know, shout out to Ernie Smith. You know, of course, with the baby, because Journey is so pretty. You know, and she does her thing and the whole nine. And shout out to Trish too, because Trish had been going through a lot of stuff in and out the hospital, but right now she out there traveling, doing her thing. So you know, it was great to see her be able to have some time for her, and she's enjoying herself as she should, because she just been through so much. Shout out to those who've been going through a whole lot and stuff too. Hold your head. I know that the anniversary of the death of Box the Beast, I saw the post. I said I was gonna say some, you know, rest in heaven, Box the Beast. Drew Lloyd, I know how you feeling. You know, definitely shout out to his mom. You know, who is a beautiful person. I've had a chance to talk with her, man. And she's a mom, and she lost hers, and we here with you. We here with you, Angela. Don't think you by yourself. Don't think we done forgot him. Even if we don't speak his name every day, all day, you with us. You know, you part of this. You can come on. You can come on the show too. So you know, it's whatever you need out of us. Tamir Rice's mother, they gave her the honorary diploma for Tamir. So definitely shout out.
So on that note, we about to wrap up, and you know, see y'all next week.
Yes, sir.
Peace.
Peace.
God bless, and as always, outwork everybody.
Sir.
Damn, son, this beat is lit.
Another major